Hey guys, and welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks so much for joining us today. It is day 15 of cooking with Angie in the RV, something along those lines. I will admit that I actually started and completely forgot to turn on the camera, but I haven't gotten too far, thankfully. So I can show you guys what it is that I'm doing. And minimal ingredients, super quick, super easy. Which has been the theme so far, right? So let me flip the camera around, or at least get out of the way, and show you what it is that we are working with today and what I'll be making. Okay, so what I've got here is actually a pound of ground veal. I want to make some veal meatballs, and I am actually seasoning the veal with this Kinder's wood-fired garlic. So it's basically smoked flavored garlic. Super delicious. It's gonna give it kind of like a barbecue tang, I think. I haven't tried this one before. I've tried two others of their seasonings, so this will be the first time using this one. And we're gonna basically turn this into meatballs. And I'm gonna cook these first by themselves because I saw a meatball slider recipe that I absolutely loved and thought it was super easy. But they used frozen meatballs. So they basically hollowed out the middle of these Hawaiian sweet rolls and they put the frozen meatball inside of it and then put it to bake with some tomato sauce, well, some spaghetti sauce under the meatball and then on top of the meatball. And then they topped it with provolone cheese. So I don't have frozen meatballs, but I do have this veal. So I'm going to go ahead and cook this on its own into little meatballs. And then once it's cooked, then I'll go ahead and assemble and rewarm up so that it gets nice and bubbly with all the melted provolone cheese on top. So that's basically today's dinner, is meatball sliders and a salad. All right, let me get to finish seasoning this and forming it into meatballs. Alrighty, I've already started to add some seasoning to it, so now it's just a matter of getting that seasoning all blended in. Oh no, I closed this when I started recording. Opening this thing again for me because I closed it to show the ingredients. Yeah, just like that. Sprinkle it up here for me, all over the areas that don't have any. Go ahead and just sprinkle. No need to be shy. You know I'm not shy with seasonings. Okay. Yeah, you can stop now. Thank you. Ooh, we had an assistant today. All right. Well then. I am not, sometimes I measure these out so make them really precise, but I won't be measuring them out. We are doing this rustic style. Basically, center of my palm should be big enough to go into the center of that Hawaiian roll. And basically cup my palm and just spin around and then press to make sure they're nice and tight. There you go. We've got 15 when really all we need are 9. So the other 6 can just be like a little appetizer, maybe 2 each. Let me wash my hands and I'll go ahead and start hollowing out. Actually, no, I'll go ahead and throw this in a pan to start cooking in the oven. So I am going to give the disclaimer that this is going to be the first time ever I make ground veal. I've done ground turkey, I've done ground beef, I've done ground pork, but never ground veal. And I thought it would be interesting to try something new and kind of elevate our meatball experience. So my thought process was, if I am cooking the meatballs myself, I don't want to cook it in with the bread because, one, thinking of like ground beef, it usually lets out a lot of oils, and then I don't want the bread to be soggy on the bottom and maybe overcooked on the top. I don't know if veal, I'm guessing it doesn't leave as much oil as the ground beef because it looks pretty lean. So just to be safe, I want to cook it first before I stick it in with the bread and the sauce. I think that's safe. Let's see. Let's see how it cooks. I'm very nervous. All right, so let's take out my oven stuff out of here. Ooh, maybe I should like cook them individually in here. No, I don't need that. That's interesting though. It's 15, 4, and 4 is 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, no, not enough. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and line them up. More than likely, they'll fit on my small cookie sheet. Yep, perfect. We're going to line them up on here. Let me go ahead and turn on the oven. All right. We've got fire going. Let's go ahead and put it on like 350. Damn it. I just washed my hands. Okay, wait a second. Let's not dirty the hands again. I don't know if I need oil for this. Again, since I've never cooked veal, I'm not sure if it's going to be like let out a lot of oil on its own or not. So I'm going to monitor it to make sure it's not sticking, obviously to rotate it. So you will be following along with this process with me. And we'll see what needs to be done or not done. Ooh, perfect size. My mini cookie sheets was the perfect size. All right, and it goes. And we'll check on it in about 15 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and just leave this out here. No point in opening it. This I'm going to go ahead and throw it back in my pantry and put this in the fridge because no need for it to be outside of the fridge while we're waiting for that to cook. And we'll follow up with this when it's almost time to start stuffing it with the meatballs. So I'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. So guess who forgot to turn on the mic again? Darn it. These cooking vlogs, having to get up unexpectedly and start recording, I completely forget to turn it on. But anyways, I am so glad that I didn't add any oil to the pan to cook these veals because as you will see, the veal definitely rendered out a lot of fat. Look at all that liquid in there. So let me go ahead and drain this, put it in my little jar to throw away, and then we can go ahead and keep cooking it. So yeah, being in an RV is completely different than a sticks and bricks. I would have normally just drained this in the sink and ran hot water down it for a while, but we can't do that in the RV. So I always keep my jars and drop any leftover oils or rendered fat in this case, so that once it's full, I throw that away in the garbage. Do you guys do the same? Look at all of that fat that's coming out of there. All right, let me go ahead and wrap this up so that we can put those meatballs back in the oven and let them keep toasting up. Meatballs are in for their second round of getting nice and toasty, so it is time to start hollowing out the Hawaiian rolls. You just want that hole to be big enough to fit your meatball. So go ahead and use a knife, a spoon, your fingers, and create a little circle in the middle so that you can be able to put your meatball in it once done. So now it's about that time for you to add your preferred and favorite sauce, whether you're using a spaghetti sauce, a homemade marinara sauce, maybe even a pizza sauce if you want to make pizza sliders. The possibilities are endless. Go ahead and put a little dollop on the bottom of all of your Hawaiian rolls so that you can top that sauce with your preferred meatball or meats. It is time to take these babies out and reevaluate. It didn't let out too much oil anymore after I rendered it, so that's looking good. It's not sticking, but I know Lou doesn't really care for them looking gray like this. She prefers it when they're nice and charred and it looks like they're cooked all the way through. You'll see that one half of it, the side touching the pan right here, look how pretty this looks. It is gorgeous. So I'm just going to flip it around so that the bottom, the other half of the meatball can also get a little charred. And I'm going to stick it back in the oven for 10 more minutes just so that it can cook thoroughly. And I promise the next clip, my mic will be on. All right, so the timer went off. It's been 10 minutes. Let's take these babies out and start loading them into the sliders. Ooh, I got to run more, like throw out more of that. Because that is pretty. loaded. This back on. Should be enough. I can pick up the rest with a napkin. See what you guys see. Let's bring you in closer, huh? Start loading these babies up. Push that in. I am so excited about this. Oh my goodness. I saw somebody, I think, as a matter of fact, I don't know if it was Lou that shared the reel with me or if I saw it on my own, but I think I saw somebody making it like on either Instagram or Facebook, but with frozen meatballs. And I was like, I can do that. That's so easy. Okay, and then these are just the extra ones. But I don't typically buy frozen meatballs. So right away I knew, okay, I'm going to have to make my meatballs. I just didn't know if I wanted to make it Cuban style with sofrito in it or go ahead and stick basically Italian style with the provolone cheese and with the spaghetti sauce. I am also going to throw some more of the seasoning right on top just to elevate it a little bit more. Why not? I would have had, well, I could. Probably would have been a good idea to melt some butter with this seasoning and then brush it on top. But that was an afterthought. Granny packet. I bought it specifically for this meal. All right. No, a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Ooh, one slice left over. One half of it. Always, she is a cheese monster. All right, into the oven this goes. It goes. We'll check on it in 5 minutes. You want to try one of these with me? Outside of the sandwich to see what this meat tastes like?
Smells good.
I like that seasoning in it.
Yeah,
And I like the caramelization. It does taste very similar to ground beef.
good. I like the crispiness on the outside.
Mm-hmm. I like them. They came out really good. Oh, there's Alexa. Alexa, stop. We already did the salad. I think. Well, we didn't do anything. I was about to say we. Nothing. All you. Oh my god, that looks so pretty. That looks so pretty. I don't know if I want this to be my thumbnail picture because really you can't tell what it is. So I may have to cut into it and then show it. But this is what it's like now. I'm going to go ahead and serve Lou and me. And yeah, let's get to eating. I'm going to go ahead and pre-cut these. I don't want to touch this because I know it's hot. One. 2 and 3. All right, so I cut it open so that when I take the picture, it shows, it's a lot of light, it's like flooded, But here's our salad. We have a 50-50 spring mix and spinach. We have tomatoes, cucumbers, radishes. We'll be topping it with that 3-cheese vinaigrette and sharing this coffee stout from Fly Llama Brewing. Let me get our thumbnail pictured. We'll dig in and share with you how it is. All right, Lou just helped me and close that so that we can get a better picture, but show you guys the inside of it. So Lou got us, she cracked open a coffee stout that we got from Fly Llama Brewing. So we'll be sharing that in Mississippi. And she already dressed her salad with a 3-cheese vinaigrette from Aldi's. I'm afraid we're not going to see any Aldi's on the way anymore.
You're not going to like that.
What, the beer?
Yeah, it's spoiled.
You think you're funny. It is not spoiled. Lou added paprika to the top of her sliders. I don't know if it's she wanted more smokiness or if she wanted more color.
It's just that the provolone with the paprika makes like the provolone even smokier.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right.
Going in.
As always, we usually start with our salad, but we're going to start with one of the sliders just so that you can have a taste test. I cut mine open for the picture. Let me do it from this side so I can get a piece of that meat.
That's so good.
Mm.
Oh my god, it's so good.
The sweetness of the bread.
Mm-hmm.
The creaminess of the cheese.
Yeah.
The hardiness of the meatball.
Yeah, and just a little bit of a tinge of the tomato.
Mm-hmm.
It's not extremely tomatoey, which is good.
I want to make this again.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You can make this with pork. You can make it with ground beef. You can make it with Beyond Meat. Yes, yes. And Lucy approves too.
Even the part without the meat in it, the bread and the cheese is really good.
You?
Greasy fingers. I wish you guys were here to try this. You can have like a little appetizer for everybody to have one meatball slider.
Not really.
You don't want to share?
I'm good with you guys watching us and telling you about it. I'm good with that.
That's not nice. That's not nice. She's so bad.
I promise you it's good.
All right, well, I guess we're going to finish this one and close it out.
Sounds good.
This is so good. We need to use Hawaiian rose more, even though it's super high carb.
Not keto, that's for sure.
Nope.
All right, guys. So
your mouth is full. If you enjoyed following along, watching me cook these meatball sliders, please give me a big thumbs up. I'd love to hear down below, what do you use for your sliders? And will you try these if you haven't tried them yet?
If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can get notified every time we upload a video. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.